From blatantly lying to millions of people about his horrible past, to begging an underage fan for illegal pictures to fulfill his sick desires, meet the YouTuber that managed to trick the entire world into thinking he was somebody else. However, before we get into who exactly Koofy is and the deplorable acts he has committed, we must first take it back to the beginning and learn about who he was before everything happened. Kelvis Garmanian is a 25-year-old man born on December 17th, 1999, inside of Mannheim, a city in Germany. Growing up, Kelvis would have a pretty ordinary lifestyle. He would play with other kids, go to school, and play video games. A pretty average life for most kids growing up in the late 2000s. However, Kelvis would find himself hooked whenever he was playing a video game. It was like a drug for him. He would play for hours on end, sometimes even losing sleep because of gaming all night long. But it wasn't just any old game that Kelvis would fall in love with, as during his teen years would be the same time that Roblox would begin rising in popularity, and Kelvis loved Roblox. He would find himself playing Roblox for days on end, asking his parents to buy him in-game items, and even posting Roblox videos to YouTube. This would ultimately spark his passion for content creation. His dream was to be an entertainer. I mean, who can really blame him? Not only is the pay really good, but he could work on his dream as his job rather than having to work in some factory for Amazon or something. Anyway, this love for content creation would eventually lead Kelvis to creating his very own YouTube channel. The day was a Saturday. It was July 7th, 2018. Kelvis would open a YouTube account with the name Kellogish, unknown to him at the time, but this would ultimately be the start of his career, but also the end. He would find himself posting all of the time. He would post videos on the Roblox Bubblegum Simulator, which would lead to him reaching his first 1,000 subscribers in April of 2019, and only 1 month later, Kellogish would reach the milestone of 10,000 subscribers. This is where he would introduce his YouTube fans to a new series, where he would play Friday Night Funkin' and post videos about the topic. This would also be the moment that Kellogish would fully commit to having a strictly young audience. However, the series would do well on his channel almost instantly, allowing him to hit 50,000 subscribers by October of that very year, and 100,000 less than 4 months later. The Friday Night Funkin' videos, in combination with his Roblox Simulator videos, were allowing him to reach that dream of being an entertainer, the same position that he was dreaming of since he was a teenager. And by August of 2021, Kellogish would reach the very impressive milestone of 500,000 subscribers. He was literally living in his childhood dream. He had all the money in the world, he was doing what he loved, and even Roblox would show their recognition by allowing him into the Roblox Star program with the star code Kello, which, if you don't already know, is a program for the top Roblox video and live stream content creators. But there was still one problem. Kellogish was an extremely greedy person, and after fulfilling his dream of being a content creator, it still wasn't enough for him. He wanted more. But what could Kellogish possibly want after achieving everything he could ask for? Well, this takes us to the 20th of August 2021. A Roblox YouTuber who at the time went by SpyroTunes would post a video to the platform entitled "This Roblox/FNF YouTuber is a danger to children, Kellogish." The video would start with SpyroTunes introducing himself, and although he wasn't a notable member of the Roblox community, this was someone who was friends with a lot of people behind the scenes.
First off, you probably don't know who I am. I've basically just been a background character in the Roblox community for about a year or two now. While being this nice little background character, I get to meet plenty of cool people, whether it be developers or YouTubers, all kinds of people from all walks of life. It's really good to meet all these really creative, cool people. One of those creative, cool people that I met was called Pyronad.
SpyroTunes would introduce a new person into the story of Kellogish. This was a person who at the time went under the name Pyronad. Now keep this name in mind, as she is very important when detailing what happened to Kellogish. However, who exactly is Pyronad, and why is she so important?
Back in 2019, she was pretty big in the Roblox community, especially on Roblox Twitter. She had a large following for whatever reason, and had lots of connections with famous Robloxians. Now with some YouTubers, she got closer with them than others. One of them, which you might have heard of, is called Kellogish.
Pyronad was friends with Kellogish at the time. They would meet through Discord and talk behind the scenes every day. However, unknown to both of them at the time, this would mark the beginning of the end for Kellogish's career. But why exactly would this be? What did he do? And most importantly, how does this involve Pyronad?
Pyronad became close buddies with him, to the point of a strange romantic connection between the two developing. The only problem with it was that Pyronad was 15 years old at the time, while Kelligish was 20.
After it was revealed that Pyronad was a 15-year-old girl, this would raise many red flags. It was a huge allegation to make against Kelligish. After all, he was a very influential Roblox YouTuber who even had his own star code, and if these allegations were true, could ruin his career forever. And slowly but surely, more would be revealed about Pyronad's supposed relationship with Kelligish.
Not only did they have a strange romantic connection, but Mr. Kelrelish took it to that saucy next level. From images of his PP being sent to videos of him, I can't say it here on YouTube. From there, it only gets worse tenfold, with Mr. Bellradish asking and pressuring Pyronad to send pictures, naked pictures of herself to him. He would even send pictures of himself in those kind of situations to her, and then force her to save them to her camera roll.
So not only did Kelligish have this relationship with Pyronad while she was 15 and he was 20, but he would even send her naked pictures of himself. But not just that, would also beg and pressure Pyronad for her nudes.
Unfortunately, after all the pressure and harassment, Pyronad sent some images of herself to Kellyfish.
However, Kelligish actually had a girlfriend at the time that he was in a somewhat public relationship with, but why would he ruin not only his relationship, but his career and everything he has dreamt of, all for a 15-year-old girl he met on Discord?
At this point in time, Kelligish's girlfriend at the time was made aware of what was going on, so she decided to reach out to Pyronad, asking what the deal was. After that, she confronted Mr. Kell, but he denied even knowing her in the first place. Wow, that's just crazy, man. Then who's the that you're s***ing every night? Are there more? Well, apparently so in 2018, but we'll talk about that later.
Not only did Kelligish lie about his relationship with Pyronad to his girlfriend, but when confronted by his girlfriend, denied even knowing Nad in the first place. However, this would only make it so much worse for Kelligish, as not only did his girlfriend eventually find out the truth, but it would soon be revealed that Pyronad was not the only he was talking to. However, before we look more into his previous victims, first we must answer the question of what exactly happened when Pyronad confronted Kelligish about having a girlfriend.
And then Pyronad went back to Kello saying, "Hey, why did you lie about not knowing me?" From there, a deal was struck between the two that Pyronad wouldn't tell anyone about what had happened between them in exchange for 20,000 Robux.
After being confronted by his own girlfriend, Kelligish would make the extremely stupid decision to offer a bribe to Pyronad. The deal was that Nad had to stay silent about everything she had to put up with, and in return, he would give her a measly $200 worth of Robux. However, this is where things would get so much worse for Kelligish. Well, remember when I mentioned that Pyronad wasn't the only Kelligish was talking to?
And I found out from Pyronad that he had in fact done this before with another child. In 2018, he dated a 14-year-old girl, and his excuse for doing it was she was mature for her age.
However, more importantly was what Pyrotoons would put in the description of the video. It was a link to a Google Drive titled "Kelligish is a P." The Google Drive would contain the supposed proof that Kelligish was a p. Screenshots of Discord messages that were between Nad and Kelligish that he was referencing in the video. Kelligish emotionally manipulating and pressuring Nad into sending images of herself, even with Kelligish admitting that he had plans of grooming her reading. But yeah, nah, if I was dating a 14-year-old, when I'm 18 to 19, I wouldn't get until like you were 16 to 18. Straight admission that Kelligish was Nad at the time, on top of more emotional manipulation, even admitting to Pyronad that he had dated a 14-year-old girl before when he was 18. There is a reason I said yes to her. She doesn't act like 14 at all. She is very mature for her age. Of course, I do wait until she is 17 to 18 for any other stuff. This guy is a horrible addict. However, this wasn't all. He would even talk about having sex with Nad in a changing room in a clothing store, who, let me remind you, was a 15-year-old girl at the time. Just dirty, disgusting shit that would be considered weird to any regular adult, let alone a literal child. And as I mentioned before, Caligish has a thing for emotionally manipulating his victims, so much that he would even pressure her into sending him explicit photos of her. However, after Nad discovered what exactly was happening between Caligish and his girlfriend, she would confront him about it, stating, "You've changed, you're still as manipulative," with Caligish replying, "I don't know, I don't really recognize that person anymore." And like many other people who do these types of deplorable things, it wouldn't be long until he would get defensive and start denying anything that happened, with Nad saying, "I'm not wrong, you're only looking out for yourself," with Caligish acting clueless, saying, "Not really, but how would you know?" with Nad replying, "My god, cut the gaslighting please," where Caligish would unsurprisingly act clueless, replying with, does even gaslighting mean? And these messages were all from his official partnered Discord account, the same one he had used to talk in his Discord server to fans. So now you know what type of person Caligish is, a dirty, disgusting addict who has not a single bit of regret or remorse for his actions. Not only did he pressure and emotionally manipulate Pyronad into sending explicit images of herself, but he couldn't even help himself but to admit his prior relationship that he had with a 14-year-old. This guy is horrible to say the least. After all of this came out, it would not be long until Caligish would begin to get hate. Not only was the entire community destroying him in the comments, but he would even have his Discord partnership taken away.
And the first plan of action was to message Discord, because I mean, he was in their partner program. Surely they wouldn't want a Discord partner doing those horrible things to children on their platform. And surprisingly, good on Discord, within about 2 days, he had his partnership revoked, including from his Discord server with tens of thousands of members in it.
And not even 2 weeks later, on September 1st of 2021, the Roblox RTC Twitter account would tweet out, "It's confirmed that Caligish has been removed from the Video Star program and Roblox has terminated. His star code no longer works." And not even a few hours later, on the exact same day, Roblox YouTuber Green Lego Cats took to Twitter stating, "Caligish's Roblox account has been terminated. Either Roblox terminated him or he asked for his account to be deleted." And whenever something controversial happens within the community, Roblox is known for staying silent. However, what makes the story of Caligish so important is he would be one of the only creators to be completely banned and removed by Roblox themselves, with a comment by Green Lego Cats confirming, "This is one of the most important bans in the history of Roblox. It's a huge day in the history of the platform." And shortly after, on September 20th, would see the day that Caligish would be officially terminated from YouTube, removing him from history forever, or so we thought. This takes us towards the end of 2021. It was November 13th, not even 2 months after Caligish was exposed. A new Roblox YouTuber would enter the scene going under the name Koofy. The channel would upload Roblox videos, reactions, and videos interacting with his fans, the content mostly directed towards children. And it wouldn't be long for Koofy to quickly rise as a Roblox YouTuber, hitting 1,000 subscribers on December 25th of 2021 and hitting 100,000 not even 1 month later, even overtaking Caligish, passing 500,000 subscribers by June of 2022. This is where Koofy would start collaborating with other creators, but most notably Kaka V420, a Roblox YouTuber who creates very high quality Roblox meme videos. Koofy and Kaka would collaborate on almost every video, and it would ultimately help him to reach 1 million subs by May 5th of 2024, even reaching 2 million by August 25th of that same year. However, this would be Koofy's last achievement before going on a very steep decline. But why exactly would this be? Well, on September 8th, 2024, Kaka V420 would release a video titled "The End of Koofy." The video would detail the duo's iconic past, mentioning how they did YouTube together and shared similar goals. However, something was very suspicious to Kaka about where exactly Koofy came from.
"I could never quite figure out where Koofy came from. He seemed to know all the dramas too well, was a natural at creating content, was surprisingly good at Funky Friday, and had a weird obsession with playing simulator games 24/7. Every piece of information led me to a dead end, as he didn't have any publicly available social media."
Revealing that Koofy had given out certain personal information that would lead Kaka to be even more suspicious.
There is a clear line between character and individual. I don't look like my character IRL, and neither does Koofy. Every time we interacted, it was like we were the same characters from the videos, but occasionally I caught a glimpse of Koofy's true self beyond the character. From his age to his home country, I now had a rough idea of who this guy could be in real life.
Koofy would reveal to Kaka that he was a 23-year-old German man. This was a massive clue into who exactly was behind the Koofy channel, because who else was a 23-year-old German man at the time? Kalagish. However, quickly after revealing this information, Koofy stopped being active on Discord and YouTube altogether, taking an indefinite break with no warning to Kaka in DMs. And keep in mind, they were uploading content together every week, so this move would make Kaka concerned, because with Koofy gone, he didn't quite know what to do. But as a result, Kaka would collaborate with other YouTubers, but notably someone known as Olix.
Wait, I mentioned you in a call with Mr. Crimson. Do you know Koofy IRL?
No, he been keeping his identity private.
Bro, Mr. Crimson told me some crazy.
I didn't know it yet. This was the moment where everything would go from west to east, from left to right, from green to red, and from miracle to a nightmare.
I was talking to Mr. Crimson and mentioned you while screen sharing your channel. He noticed and said,
"Oh, he makes videos with Koofy."
and I was like, yeah, they do collab a lot, but in recent days he's been—
Do you know who Koofy is? Huh, what's so fun I can't tell you. What? Okay, I'll tell you, but you better keep it a secret. Koofy is—
Kaka had been unknowingly interacting with this scumbag the entire time.
Before the creation of the Koofy channel, he was Kalagish, a prominent figure in the Roblox community, known for his content on games like Bubblegum Simulator and Funky Friday. But his journey took a dark turn. Kalagish was exposed for very disturbing behavior, and as a result, his Roblox account was banned, he was kicked out of the Star Creator group, and his YouTube channel was terminated. After losing everything, he had no choice but to reinvent himself. That's how Koofy, his TTS channel, was born. Koofy wasn't out of passion or excitement, it's out of necessity, because the person behind it, Kalagish, no longer had a place to exist as himself. His real voice is silenced by the weight of what he's done, leaving behind only this artificial echo of who he used to be. Koofy isn't just a new channel, it's a reflection of a broken reality that can never be undone. No matter how many videos he uploads, no matter how many views he gets, Kalagish's path hangs over him like a shadow, never letting him forget the person he can no longer be. Koofy is a reminder that sometimes there's no real redemption, only survival, and that survival comes at the cost of losing everything that once made you feel alive.
However, the situation wasn't confirmed just yet, and there were rumors behind the scenes that the Koofy channel was the only reason keeping Kelvis alive after he got exposed.
I was connecting the dots and digging deeper. This led me to uncover the most concrete piece of evidence anyone could find. You see, Koofy had shared his analytics with me, allowing me to see every piece of analytic on his channel, right down to his blocked keywords.
And what do you know?
Koofy left a trail of evidence, enough for Kaka to confirm that Koofy was Kalagish after all. From his age, where he was from, to the blocked words in his YouTube analytics, everything was adding up. Koofy had tricked the entire Roblox community for over 3 years to think he was somebody else, and built an audience of over 2 million people while doing it. And this would all lead to Kaka eventually confronting Koofy in DMs.
Yo, you're alive. What's good, man? How you been?
I've recently noticed the hidden keywords on your channel, added up the stuff you told me about yourself, the people you associate yourself with, and figured out who you really are. I'm not gonna expose you or tell anyone, but I don't think I'd like to associate with you any longer. We talked, and he tried explaining himself, hoping to stay in contact with me, but it was no use. I was going to cut him off regardless of what he said. In the end, we agreed he would delete his Discord account and stop including me in his videos. I cut him off for good.
However, after going through all of this, it would ultimately lead to Koofy releasing a video in which would contain a hidden message of how he truly feels from what happened when he was Kalagish, to losing Kaka as a friend after lying to him for years.
Honey, I prepared dinner for you.
I don't feel hungry, mother.
It's been 5 months, son. You need to learn to move on with your life.
Letting go feels impossible, almost like giving up on something important. I cling to the past because letting go makes me feel guilty, as if I'm betraying memories that once defined me. It's a tough spot. feeling stuck between wanting peace and fearing I'm erasing a part of who I am. I have dreams as if I'm still in the cringe dimension and chat. My best friend is still alive. The police are still looking for me because I killed the doctor's wife. I don't deserve to be in the real world. The guilt is unbearable.
This takes us into November of 2024. After Koofy was exposed for being Caligish, the entire community was in shock. Many YouTubers were making videos covering the situation, but I want to point out Parlo's video titled, "The Koofy Drama Gets Worse, Caligish vs AO Gaming Roblox." In this video, Parlo would explain the previous beef between the two creators, as well as what was revealed after Koofy got exposed. However, first we must take a look at what Koofy uploaded on November 2nd of 2023. The video was titled "Exposing the Most Manipulative Roblox Shorts YouTuber." In the video, Koofy would try and expose another Roblox channel known as AO Gaming, a Roblox Shorts YouTuber with over 1.6 million subscribers. In Koofy's expose, he would go on to claim that AO Gaming sent inappropriate pictures to people in Discord, perpetuated hate towards the LGBTQ community, and used religion to gain subscribers and likes on his videos.
I called out a person named AO Gaming Roblox for creating content that not only perpetuates hate towards the LGBTQ community but also shamelessly exploits a religion for the sole purpose of generating likes, subs, money, and clout.
Now, with some truth to these allegations, it makes sense as to why AO Gaming wouldn't end up replying to Koofy's video. However, in the present day, AO Gaming reveals that at the time he was too scared to even respond to this situation, as Koofy had a much larger audience.
This guy has also literally made an expose video on me 10 months ago where he used fake screenshots and allegations that weren't true to portray me as some kind of weird, terrible person. I am not saying I am innocent, but so much stuff in that video was not real, and I was too scared to speak up about it until now.
This is where AO Gaming would go on to debunk the claim that Koofy made against him, additionally revealing that Koofy was lying the entire time.
I would never send inappropriate pictures to people, and I find it extremely disgusting that I was framed for that. He used a fake screenshot in his video where I was apparently being racist and threatening someone, but it was fake. The guy who made the screenshot used a friend or alternate account to pretend to be me, then proceeded to make the account say all of that stuff to make it look like I said it when in reality I didn't.
So not only did Koofy allegedly make up the allegations himself, but it would also be alleged that Koofy faked screenshots of AO Gaming to make him look worse than he actually was in order to fuel the narrative of his video. And it wouldn't be long after this where multiple massive Roblox YouTubers such as Creekcraft would start to talk about the situation.
Kaka found out that Koofy is actually another YouTuber in disguise. That YouTuber being this guy right here named Kalagish,
revealing to his live audience that Koofy was in fact Caligish the entire time.
I'm not gonna say what kind of bad things. We'll just say that him and Dr. Disrespect would get along pretty well. And, did some bad things, left the internet, and for years now has been secretly posing as Koofy.
However, what would make Creekcraft's reaction to the situation so important is that he would mention one key detail.
There is a lot of Roblox YouTubers that not only knew that Koofy was Kalagish, but there are some Roblox YouTubers that helped him get his second channel started,
stating that many other Roblox YouTubers knew that Koofy was Caligish the entire time, and with many speculations and rumors, people began to think, if the person in Kaka's video knew that Koofy was Caligish the entire time, who else has been hiding this secret as well? Let me introduce you to It's Maddie, a Roblox YouTuber with over 500,000 subscribers who makes videos on Roblox Bed Wars. He is known for many different things, however one of those things would be his association with Caligish before he got exposed. See, Maddie and Caligish were pretty close friends at the time, But after he got exposed, many of the people in his circle would cut him off, and for a good reason. What Kalagish did was absolutely horrific, and I don't think anybody would be able to look at him the same after what was exposed. However, what if I told you It's Maddie was one of the many people who chose to keep contact with Kalagish, but not only that, would help him blow up the Koofy channel.
Now, in a video titled How Koofy Went From 0 to 100,000 subscribers in a month, this YouTuber who made the video ends up showing archived proof that It's Matty had end screens leading to Koofy's video called When You Delete Roblox, and were even in contact with one another after the entire situation where Kalagish was exposed. Keep in mind too, there are also numerous other documented videos of It's Matty's channel having end screens leading straight to Koofy's videos, just showing cut and dry proof of these close friends of Kalagish platforming his second channel and driving him to success again, despite him being a predator who admitted to several crimes.
In Paolo's video, he would point out that after Kalagish had been exposed, It's Maddie would start promoting his new channel Koofy on his end screen videos, and with what we know now, this makes It's Maddie look pretty terrible. However, what if I told you it gets even worse, and It's Maddie not only promoted a pedophile to help his new channel, but would also let Koofy work for him as a video editor.
Now, someone who I'll call Mr. Yellow contacted It's Matty about this entire situation, and It's Matty is seen admitting that he literally had employed Kalagish after his channel was terminated, saying that in order to prevent Kalagish from doing anything, he allowed him to edit on his channel out of guilt if he were to do anything, had he had not. So now not only is It's Matty admitting to employing and paying a predator, but he is also maliciously using the topic of suicide to excuse his gross action of monetarily supporting a prolific.
Not only would It's Maddie promote Kalagish in his videos and pay him to be his video editor, but he would also make the excuse that the only reason he helped out Kalagish in the first place was so he wouldn't commit suicide.
Now, he continues by stating that Kalagish also had put his videos in his end screens without his permission. However, if this was the case, why didn't It's Matty remove them once Kalagish told him about this? Why did he decide to keep them up so Kalagish's second channel could continue to get more views? It's Matty also makes the claim that he stopped associating with Kalagish, aka Koofy, as of early 2022 with no proof whatsoever. He also states once again that he would never agree for Kalagish to self-promote his videos on his channel, yet for some odd reason, he is still allowed the end screens to stay in place after knowing about it.
Now, whether It's Maddie was paid from promoting Kalagish's new channel or simply just wanted to help him out, this was a bad look either way.
He also claims for the time that he was in contact with Kalagish after he was terminated on YouTube, he did not go by the alias Koofy, and this is another massive lie. According to sources I have consulted, he did go by Koofy, and It's Matty's making a bold-faced lie here. Matty became aware at the very least that Kalagish had a new channel and didn't bother telling anyone. He is only playing the victim now because he was caught in 4K and has also removed all his end screens as of now in the form of drastic damage control.
From the many lies and excuses to It's Maddie knowingly promoting a on his YouTube channel in hopes that nobody would find out, it led a lot of people to believe that he still could be friends with Koofy right now. However, It's Maddie wasn't the only person who knew that Koofy was Kalagish the entire time. Meet a YouTuber known as Rainway. He has just under 500,000 subscribers and makes Roblox slop content directed towards children. He was also another person who was friends with Kalagish at the time he got exposed.
And was also another friend of Kalagish and was on record stating that Kalagish was always there for them.
However, it wouldn't be long until Rainway would be exposed about his past friendship he had with Kalagish. Someone on Twitter would call him out, showing solid evidence that Rainway used to defend Kalagish in private.
Now, according to Tanuki Alex, who ran the RTC Twitter account in 2021, she shows Discord logs proving how Rainway was defending Kalagish's actions in private. In these DM exchanges, he expresses how everyone should hear Kalagish's side in all of this and was apparently trying to stop her from releasing all this information to the public.
He would even state that what Kalagish did was nothing more than a simple mistake.
Rainway states that everyone makes mistakes and he'd hate to see Kalagish lose his career over all of this. Yeah, everyone makes mistakes, Rainway, just like how your friend groomed and preyed on 4 minors and committed numerous crimes and admitted to them.
However, what was even worse is what he would be exposed for next. When Rainway was called out for defending Kalagish in private, it would also be revealed on how he felt about Pyronad. claiming that she wasn't actually a victim and it was all her fault.
Eventually, when this news all did break out, more screenshots came out of Rainway stating how the 15-year-old Pyronad somehow wasn't the victim in this situation.
So, not only was Rainway caught defending Kalagish and his actions, but was also putting all of the blame onto the victim. However, not long after being exposed, Rainway would try cover everything up.
Now, Rainway has also gone on damage control recently, reaching out to anyone who tweets about him in the context of this situation. And he did the exact same for me. He basically showed the full context of the conversation here with the aforementioned screenshot, and what it shows really doesn't disprove anything. He was still defending Kalagish. In this new screenshot showing the full context, all it does was show that Rainway was sad that Kalagish was cancelled and was really distraught about this all. So yes, Mr. Rainway, you still have a lot of addressing to do in this situation.
But what if I told you one of the people that knew Kalagish was Koofy was one of the worst predators Roblox has ever seen? Meet Inhi, a Roblox developer who was exposed in May of 2024 for being a predator. I have actually covered him on the channel before. However, what if I told you that he was much worse than you could ever think, and that the entire time Kalagish was pretending to be Koofy, Inhi knew this and was helping him blow up for the second time.
This screenshot which I'm showing right now was leaked and shows Inhi back in July of this year stating how he knew Kalagish was operating the Koofy channel as early as December 2021, and that he and Kalagish are in fact in contact and have been for a while. This means that any inference that It's Matty makes that he didn't know that Kalagish was Koofy is a complete lie, because the Koofy channel was literally made as of late 2021, and It's Matty cut contact with Kalagish, apparently according to his own words, in early 2022, meaning the dates overlap, meaning he probably knew that Kalagish was Koofy. Now, when this screenshot was indeed leaked, especially to my Discord server, Inhi goes on to snitch on It's Matty, stating that he employed Kalagish and gave him a platform.
After Inhi got exposed for knowing and helping who Koofy truly was, he would also confirm what we knew about It's Matty. However, that is all the YouTubers we know as of now that knew Kalagish was Koofy. And that's it. The story of a German man who blew up on YouTube, got exposed for being a predator with multiple victims, came back under a new alias not even 2 months after getting exposed, and with the support of many Roblox YouTubers behind the scenes, was able to build up an audience of over 2 million subscribers. The entire situation is honestly crazy to me. The fact that so many influential people excused his actions in private but acted like he was a bad person in public is crazy. It proves that karma is real. No matter what you do, who you know, or how you avoid it, the deplorable actions of your past will always catch up to you. Whether it's now or in 5 years, people will eventually find out. But as always, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy content like this, please make sure to subscribe. And if you want to watch something similar to this, click the video on screen now.